Hi everyone. Well, I'm just looking here at the peony there. As you know, I've mentioned before in the video, I lived in Halifax, and this came from Mom's garden. She had a peony, and when we moved, she really liked the peony. I dug it up. I dug up part of it and brought it with us and planted it here. Also have a narcissus.
For your narcissism.
For my narcissism, if I could say it, narcissism. Anyway, I was just telling Shadow about how I used to run over it with the lawnmower every year because it was in the middle of the lawn. But I dug it.
Just shows what kind of an asshole you are. Your mother loved this plant and you kept running it over.
Yeah, and so anyway, we dug it up and we brought it with us. So I got a little bit of Mom's plants, and we got some of Mom's chives too. And she got the chives from a man down the street, Mr. Gillis. Right, and he's dead now. He went ashore at Normandy. He was a nice man. He scared the hell out of me though when I was a kid. And but he was a nice guy. His son and I were really good friends. And I was driving my bike one time. In those days, you always referred to adults as Mr. Gillis or Mr. Jones or Mr. Smith. It was none of this Joe, Bill, Mike. A kid would never say anything like that. If my old man ever heard me call an adult by their first name, whack upside the head, right? So I'm driving my bike, and
this is the 1960s.
Yeah, this is the 1960s. This would have been 1964, 63. I'm driving my bike down the hill, and we lived on the flat, and there was a hill, so you got a really good speed coming down the hill. And it was one of those beautiful days, and the wind was blowing, and you're a kid, and you're not. It's summertime. You're not in school. That's a bonus, right? And I'm going down. I'm really happy, and I see Mr. Gillis up on painting the house. He's painting his house. So he must have took a summer vacation. Those guys, when they got summer vacation, they never went anywhere. They painted their house. They fix things. I don't ever remember people taking vacations. Anyway, I'm going down and I say, "Hey Joe, what do you know?" And he looked, and I guess all the expression just drained from my face as soon as the words got out, because I knew what I had done. And he saw it, and a big smile came on his face. So I went down, turned around, and came back, and I was hid down. "Mr. Gillis, I'm sorry I said that." But he said, No, don't worry about it. He said, "You're not going to tell Mom or Dad?" Or he said, No. And he said, "You just enjoy your day." He knew the joy that I had at being a kid. That only a kid can have, and that was that was a real that was such a joyful day for me. Right, and then I got away with calling him Joe for the first time in my life, and but he was a pretty good guy, I guess. I think he was. He was always good to me. He used to take us all down to we used to go to a place, Coolins Beach, coldest water in the North Atlantic.
Until you came down to this
Until
beach.
I came down to this beach, the coldest water, except for that day that we had the 32 degrees here, and everybody was dying, and we went down, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was good. But anyway, we go down to Coolin Beach, and it was cold. I mean, that water was cold, but it was a good beach. And it was out towards Prospect, the other side of Halifax. And he'd always cook hot dogs for us, right? And old Coolin had a whole bunch of old stoves, and he used to charge 50 cents a car, right? So that's how long that was, and it was 50 cents a car. And he'd drive out, and we'd go, and then and that included the wood on the wood stove, because there'd be a pile of wood all cut and split. And old Mr. Coolin, he must have been 80 or something like that. And we'd go there, and we'd have the boiled hot dogs. We'd boil them in a fry pan. And geez, that used to be good. I had a really great time. And that's like, that was really cool. We'd go out there, and I remember his son, there was a dock there, and it had tires on it, and he stuck his hand in the tire, and a little crab muckled onto it. He's doing this dance, and we're just laughing, right? And this friggin' thing is just muckled onto his hand. We thought that was the funniest thing. He died in West Ray Mine, that guy. And the mine collapsed back in the 90s. He was a good guy, too. Everybody's dead. Or they're dying. Yeah, who?
That's the wonderful thing about getting old, isn't it?
Nobody gets out alive. That's the thing about this life. Nobody's getting out alive. Oh, except maybe the rich who have their personalities downloaded into a computer. I read that the other day.
Yeah, but they can't even do that, can they?
Apparently, it's called the singularity or something along those lines, and they should be able to do it by 2030. Right?
Yeah, but that doesn't get your memories. That just gets a copy of personality.
I don't know. Well, it's not like you'll be conscious of it. I mean,
no.
Because that becomes a separate entity, right? I mean, you talk about ego boost. Boy, I mean, somebody to do that must have some ego.
Bigger head than you.
Bigger head than me. Well, yeah, most of these guys do, right? I can see Bill Gates doing it, right? He wants to limit everybody else, but I don't see him volunteering to take to go off to the choir invisible. That's what gets me about all these people. We all know that the world's overpopulated. And you get these guys on there that are making it their mission in life to, you hear about all this stuff, and I don't see any of these guys volunteering to decrease the population by 1. Right?
Or even to get themselves spayed and neutered.
Or even to get spayed and neutered. Nah, that's right. Every time I see a huge crowd of people, this is gonna sound twisted, sick, but every time I see a huge crowd of people, I think, I wonder how much toilet paper these people use in a given day. Like, I mean, you see the Super Bowl and you think, geez, I wonder how many rolls of toilet paper these people have used today.
Since they came to the arena.
Well, no, I usually think for the whole day, right? And I mean, that's pretty messed up to think of something like that. But I mean, you think, my God, right? How many people use how much? Right? I mean, that's a lot of toilet paper. That's a lot of poop. We should find out. Note to self: find out how many rolls of toilet paper are used in a given day and per person in North America or Europe. Right? When they could be using the butt trowel. Right? I'll be making butt trowels now that I got the scroll saw. Right? Yes. Don't worry, I'll have a video on the butt trowel.
Yes, Dr. Bonehead rides again.
Oh, yes, thank you very much. No, I'm going to have a video on the butt trowel. Right? It would solve the world's problems. It truly would. It would solve the butt trowel would solve the world's problems. What do you think? And the thing is that you think of the toilet paper you'd save with a butt trowel. You're in a house with 4 people, and you got a butt trowel. But that's something for another video.
Yeah, Dr. Bonehead has already discussed this one.
Yeah. Well, what I'll do is I'll make up a butt trowel, and I'll let the people decide. oh, what kind of mood am I in today? Oh, yeah, this is pork chop day, isn't it?
Yep. Which is why I've been doing this.
Oh, to wrap up?
Yeah, so that we can go in and have pork chops.
Oh, so you're hungry?
Well, I only had cereal and a piece of toast today. That was
You gotta eat
at
more than that.
8:30.
You gotta eat more than that. Well, I guess I ranted on enough today, right? Started out okay, and then it turned to shit.
Literally. Literally. You see, you're always going on, look what I have to deal with. Look what I have to deal with. Well, look what I have to deal with.
Oh! You should be proud.
Yes, I'm proud.
Well, everybody, till the next time.